All right, welcome back to Market Day Report. I am Scott Shellady, otherwise known as the Cow Guy. Thank you very much for joining us here today. And if you've been with us all day, that's even better, right? Let's see if we can keep you around. Let's take a look at some of these prices, see if they'll keep you around. Let's take a look at your money when we talk about corn. D's corn taking a turn for the south here. We're down one tick, 469 and a quarters last there, only a penny and a quarter off the lows of the day. Now we're down to 469, which is just a penny off the low of the day. So that one's trading weak, folks. We've had, what do we got going on over there? A 7-cent range. We're a penny off the low of a 7-cent range. Now, the deferreds are still higher, but not by much. Just 3 ticks in March. 488 and a quarters last there. Let's move on to the beans. This must mean that beans are struggling, and they are 2 1/4 cents higher in the Jan. 1369 and a half last there. And that's 5.5 cents off the low of the day. But look how far we are off the high of the day. 20 cents off the high. That's the kicker, right? So that's why we've seen that corn market maybe trade a little weaker. We do have up arrows in everything except for that front month corn, but still only 2 cents higher. Jan beans, 1369 and a quarter. If we don't go over the Chicago wheat, what's going on there? 8.5 cents higher there, 552 evens last. A penny and a half off the highs, so that's a little bit better, right? And we're just about a dime, 10 and a quarter cents off the lows of the day, so there you go. 9 cents higher now, 552 and a half is last. Let's take a look at the hard red wheat in Kansas City. From Chicago to Kansas City, 6 3/4 cents higher in that D's contract. 617 and a quarter is last. That's about a dime off the lows and only a couple cents off the highs. That'll give you the idea of what hard red wheat's doing in Kansas City. Let's go from Kansas City to Minneapolis. Minneapolis is up 8 1/4 cents to 715 and a half. A penny off the highs there. 9 cents from the lows, all right? So that's some pretty good going. We'll finally take a look at cotton. We'll get to our guest analyst here. Cotton's down 95 points to 77.02, 34 cents off the lows there. That's cotton, 95 points lower, 77.02. All right, let's bring in Tommy Grisafi. He's with Advanced Trading. Tommy's going to join us from Valparaiso, Indiana. I can tell from that backdrop. Tommy, thanks for coming on. All right, brother, what are your thoughts here? Let's get your esteemed opinion and what's going on in these markets.
Impressive move in soybeans. If you're a bull, you have to be a little disappointed with how we may finish up here today. If you're a bull in corn, we have a little problem here. It's options expiration on Friday. Friday will close early, hard open at 8:30, and then we're going to close at noon. An incredible amount of corn is going to be priced here in the next 2 to 3 days, as elevators across America are calling farmers and saying, you know that grain you dropped off and you're going to price it later? Here are your choices. March is about 17, 18 cents more expensive than D's. And like in the movie Wall Street, somebody's got to pay, buddy boy. Somebody's got to pay. Store and ignore is not going to work anymore. Those are my thoughts in corn and beans. And when we look at wheat actually bouncing, incredible spread activity to see beans up 25 and wheat closed on contract lows yesterday. At some point, there's some hope in commodities. You're seeing some commodities make 45-year highs like cocoa. Do you really want to be short wheat at these levels with the funds as short as they are? They keep getting away with it. At one point, wheat's going to pop. That doesn't mean it's got to pop. Doesn't mean it's going to pop from where? It may go down to $4 and then pop. But to go to bed at night short wheat doesn't feel like something as a speculator, someone who owns a seed, I'd like to do. If you're caught long wheat, you have a different problem.
Yeah, well, let me ask you a question. I mean, how much does the South America weather concern you? Because that's really going to be the story for us for the next 50 days as we wait for that final January WASDE. What do you think?
It's a big deal, but if you have a soybean in your bin, you are not at a risk of a production problem. So remember, great question. South America is having a production problem. They have way more production than they've ever had. They've expanded so much. Not all of South America is in trouble. Never bet against a rainforest not having rain. They are a rainforest, or at least they used to be till they chopped it all down. They usually have a period of good rains. We'll see how much crop can recover. But if you are a farmer in Iowa, if you're sitting there, Ames, Iowa, at our new office, you're not in risk of destroying that bean. You have the bean. So a South American rally, in my opinion, in Advanced Trading's opinion, is a wonderful opportunity to price those beans and then move away from that trade. When you see corn doing what it's doing, beans rally $1.50 and corn rallies a dime, that does not make the whole world bullish grains.
Yeah, I agree. All right, great stuff. Great answer. Appreciate that. Stay right there, though. We have to go away. We got to pay some bills. We're going to come back and talk more with Tommy Grisafi. He's with Advanced Trading, coming to us from Valparaiso, Indiana. We'll be right back after these messages. All right, welcome back. Let's talk about the livestock, our four-legged friends, for a little bit here. Let's talk about live cattle. I've got that one punched up because I'm just that way, right? I don't know. Let's talk about December live cattle, down 32 cents. 175.15's last. They're well off the lows of the day, though, almost by $1. So we're in the middle of the day's range, and we're still down 32 cents. But 175.15 is the price. That's December live cattle. Let's move on to the feeders. They're down as well. We've got the Jan board down 75 cents to 229.10, but well off the lows of the day. That's the good news. But we're off the highs of the day by about $1.50 as well. So 75 cents lower, 229.10's last. That's Jan feeders. We're down across the board anywhere between 22 and 75 cents. And finally, let's get to lean hogs. We'll get back to our guest analyst. They're the ones that are taking most of the brunt here today to the downside. December's off $1.65. So having said that, let's bring back Tommy Grisafi. Tommy, we're 3 for 3 as far as 3 down boards when it comes to livestock. Anything jump out of you, though, there?
I have something smart to say, which doesn't happen often, but we're having some plant shutdowns in hogs, and it's the time of year where we tend to have heavier hogs, and we're having a lot of people deliver the hogs. We're not in grilling season. Of course, I have the Traeger outside and the Weber out. I'm still in grilling season, but maybe America's not in as much grilling season. Of course, as we consume all this food at Thanksgiving, and we're going to talk about what's on the menu at Scotty's house, but at my house too, the buying of that, which would be AKA my Gina going to Costco and everything else, that's already happened. So we've bought a lot of food here for Thanksgiving. We'll have that push where we get ready for Christmas and consume some more food. But that heavy demand of grilling season's over. Obviously, getting all the stores packed with all the yummies here for Thanksgiving is a big deal, but we're getting through that. And so once we've had that spike in demand, you start to see what we're doing now. Not a good board in cattle, hogs, or feeders. I would say there's some people who just bought some cattle a month or two ago who could lose some pretty good money on them with interest rates as high as they are and everything else. So did we just go from the best of times to worst of times in cattle? Possibly. Stay tuned to this show. Back to you, my friend.
All right, great stuff. And are you having a full house for Thanksgiving, sir?
We're having all my favorite friends and family. Yeah, all my wife's family. It's going to be a great time.
So that means
and my family too.
That means it'll be empty then, right? Is that what you're saying?
It'll be good. Yeah. What's going on in Nashville about you?
Oh,
what are we doing?
We got the grandkids coming down, and we got turkey on the menu. We got ham on the menu. We got pulled barbecue shredded turkey on the menu. Cornbread stuffing, regular stuffing. It's going to be good. We got a big full house, so it'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Any Black Friday specials on any CowGuy gear? I know we're going long here. They're probably yelling cut in your ear.
Yeah, they are yelling cut, but yeah, you can get that on thecowguy.com, by the way. There's a lot of specials.
Love you.
Black Friday.
See you
Thank you very much,
brother.
Tommy. All right, brother. Tommy Grisafi, Advanced Trading in Valparaiso, Indiana. Bring it back here to Nashville and hand it back over to you.